on board from day one and loving it, and for the most part, huge net gain in the format's popularity rate, just exploded over the last couple of years. So.
Now that you've mentioned that Magic Online is its own thing, different from real life, do you ever see a time where there's a card on Magic Online that's not in real life because it's doing?
Is there Glee Box?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess Glee
There is
Box.
one.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, I mean, it's
Vanguard.
pretty loose got conversation, but who knows what 10 years brings. I think it's perfectly reasonable to do things. Well, I mean, actually it kind of already exists, John, one way or two, right? Like, it's a great step in the direction to leverage the tool you have, right?
With that said, I think like Magic Online's biggest strength right now is its integration. Right? The fact that I like to draft, I like to go to pt2s, I like to play with real paper Magic, and this is a way to train up, get better. Your skills are very transferable. I think as soon as you start making them less transferable, so if you play this card set over here that has nothing to do with paper Magic, you can play this set on in paper that has nothing to do with Magic Online. I think we lose a lot of the appeal of the product. So I think as like diversions or strange one-off weird things for people to have fun with for a while, yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. But like as far as like the main offering being like digital only card set, nothing to do with paper Magic, I don't like that. I have a hard time imagining that that's a huge success for us right now.
And I think you guys know what I like to do. I mean, I like to do, Magic Online is essentially regular Magic, and then we'll do spurts of this. Cube is a good example. We do Cube, just very limited. This is a special thing, and we can see doing special things. We've done a couple formats, like the, what was it, the Rise of Eldrazi Zendikar four-win format, right? Where we actually get to do that and run it as a sanctioned format for a while. Where, you don't see that necessarily that paper unless you're efficient anyway. So.
Yeah, not scooping ourselves too much, but you can expect sealed deck with Ravnica Guildpact Distinction return in the two. What's public?
Crash.
That's it so far? Gate Crash and Sinker.
Yeah, and we did that with the Meredith block, and it's fun and very
Short bursts.
Yeah.
Speaking of Cube too, it's another place where you just leverage the technology, right? Like Cube is fun despite the fact that in real life you've got to have one person carry around a giant heavy backpack full of stuff, make packs yourself, shuffle up. I mean, prepping for Cube in real life takes half an hour, whatever. I mean, when you're done, you gotta sort it all back in. It's just a huge pain, and Magic Online obviously takes care of all that stuff for all of the busy work for you, which is why it's so popular. I think one of the reasons it's so popular.
Let's do grab bag.
I'll take note of it.
So
the devs do like to, people love to theorize about fun cards that could exist in a digital-only sphere. So like the Aswan Jaguar from the old
Microprose game?
Yeah, the Microprose game where it had protection from random creature or something. Anyway, like the ability to randomize from somebody's deck. And there's lots of fun things to think about. I just know I enjoy thinking about that stuff. I don't know what the plans are, but
We're getting kind of we're over time actually a little bit already. You guys want to probably wrap it up? Is there one or two more questions?
Well, we started a few minutes late. So
that's true.
I've got a question from Twitter.
It's up to you guys. Lunch is getting here at 11:30. So it's fully up to you
I know
guys.
Worth has to go.
I have to go soon, so I can take one or two more. I can or whatever.
Got a couple from Twitter. Has there been any talk or plans for linking Moto and DCI account, and then Moto's still on ELO, got playing sort of points in paper? Where's the integration going with that?
Magic Online still on. It exists.
It's ELO 8 to most people, but it's so easy.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can still see your own on the old client.
Yeah.
Is where it stands right now.
Yes.
So
That's accurate.
It is in the roadmap, some sort of integration. Yes. It is a huge cross-platform problem to solve. We have top men on it.
I actually, from how Bridges handled it, because it was a big issue with Bridge, and Bridge is the same kind of planeswalker, they call them master points, where you just collect them.
Yep.
And what they've done is, they have like two different, they call them colors, and you need somebody of a certain color to actually qualify, and there's a cap. So you could have, only so many online planeswalker points would count towards whatever cap you need.
We study all
You
of
can't
those.
just grind out
Yeah.
a million
Yeah.
games.
Yep. No, and we would take that into account. But yeah, linking the two and just having one system and logging in and all that information, yes, it's something we want. We want badly.
I believe Magic Online, I hope that it will get something to. I don't know if you have time to get you to track ELO behind the scenes. It's video games use it as a matching algorithm. We don't. I can imagine a world where we do. I think that's how you make games where there's less variance more fair, is by matching the people with skill. But we use it for a lot of analytics, like what are good players doing to win games. You know, we can filter on that and say, here's what the average, here's the cards that the lower elo players like, here's the cards that the higher elo players like. That's good data for us, I'm sure. I hope we do.
I'm sure we
Okay.
You guys know what the most common ELO rating in the DCI database is? Anybody have a- Oh,
Gotta be higher.
what would you say?
1592.
1592.
Because they leave.
Yep.
Lost the first round of
lost
the
in the
draft,
draft, yeah.
never did it again.
Interesting, right?
I guess one more, this says more about my polls than anything else. Why won't you make more squirrels? When will we get a legendary squirrel?
I think
Brady
that's a
Dahmer
question for
and
Rosewater.
I know.
That's a Rosewater question.
Good thing you're here.
Our
Yep.
creative team, obviously takes their jobs very seriously. There was I think it was the Odyssey block where squirrels were kind of a huge deal. And there's a lot of arguing about how good or bad that is, when like the Pro Tour is being won by a bunch of squirrels. The stance that our creative manager, Brady Darmuth, has is, I don't mind squirrels, they just shouldn't be the best thing to do in Magic. Okay, so, but our designers and developers have no self-control. So as soon as they put a squirrel card in a set, they're immediately going to try to make it the best thing to do. So we've just kind of had a moratorium.
Aaron's a designer developer.
Yeah, and I like squirrels. That said, I'm trying to kind of negotiate the correct target here, as opposed to either they're the best thing to do or they don't exist. There's a middle ground where like you can make some fun cards, make squirrel tokens that aren't really necessary to win the Pro Tour. That said, I don't know about legendary squirrel.